It's your video.
You guys, we have something awesome planned. And welcome back everyone, Dace here, and with me is...
Autumn.
So yeah, this just showed up in the mail today from, as you can see, Play Asia. So yeah, for those who don't know, I do a lot of stuff. I do a lot of orders with Play Asia. So what happened, there were some items that I ordered way back, like before the summertime, and they were scheduled, they were kind of like lumped in with a pre-order item, and they were scheduled for, I think, June. And what happened was June came, and then it was like pushed back to July for whatever reason, and then August, then September. And so I contacted them and I was like, yeah, what's going on with this like pre-order item? Like, I've been waiting for the other things for like the longest time, so I'm just like curious what the situation is. And they were like, oh well, yeah, like that's still not out yet, so we don't mind like shipping the other stuff just independently, and then the pre-order item can come by itself. So we went with that, and this made it in about a week. So that was
really quick.
Yeah, that was
like,
pretty quick,
that's
because
the quickest, I think.
my orders usually take close to a month to get here, like maybe 3 weeks or something like that, because I don't pay for fast shipping. Like, it's pricey enough as is. So anyway, we're gonna the reason we're doing this together is because we got 2 copies of the same thing.
One for me, one for him.
Yeah, so we're gonna open this up and showcase the contents, and then as we go over the items, we're gonna be just chatting a little bit, reminiscing, and so yeah, let's just get right into this. Oh man, that wasn't even in view, the raptor claw. So yeah, I'll just open it, and then before we actually open the flaps though, I'll hold it up higher so you guys can do this with us. But I want to be just so careful, because you never know just how they have things inside a box, and you don't want to be like cutting down the middle of like a Switch physical or something. Oh man. Okay, so we got
Bubble wrap?
Yeah, bubble wrap. Nice little sticker.
The stick.
So that's cool. Now there is another item that I got with this, which
Do you get this every time?
I think so, yeah. A coupon.
Is it expired?
It says the 4th, but it doesn't say what month. So,
What?
yeah.
Weird. Alright, go on, you were talking about.
Yeah, so this isn't part of what we're going to be doing today, but I have been waiting a long time for this shmup. So I'll probably be recording this one tonight, and then it will be probably released sometime next month for Shmupocalypse, because yeah, that would just be ideal. So anyway, that is that.
December.
Oh, sweet. Okay, so alright, hold on you guys.
Wait, is this only one or is there 2? Oh, there's 2. Oh, there's 2.
Better be 2.
I'm glad to see there's 2.
They weren't cheap. So let's hold ours up on 3. 1, 2, 3. Stardew Valley. Yeah, check it out. Collector's Edition. Now this is like a Japanese version, but of course the game has English as a selectable language. So yeah, I had been wanting a physical of Stardew Valley for the longest time, and I was amazed that there wasn't like some Western English release or anything with how insanely successful that game has been. But yeah, when I came across this on Play Asia, I was like, okay, I don't care if it's not an English version, I'm just gonna be getting this.
Because you can just switch it to English and then you're like,
yeah, exactly.
Good to go. So
yeah, so we're gonna bust into these. We're gonna just take turns sharing comments and all that kind of stuff, and go from there.
I don't wanna.
So just give us a minute.
Mind if I start it with the raptor, or do you want to do it?
Yeah, I can do it.
And I'm the one with nails.
Yeah, I don't use nails for this part, but there you go.
Thanks.
Okay, so
Pristine.
while she's opening that, we have this little section that just comes right off. To be honest, I'm not crazy about when games have this sort of just like loose paper around the case itself.
Imagine this was plastic wrap too.
Man, that would be hilarious. So we got that. I'm loving the wood look of this. That is fantastic. Oh, so good. Stardew Valley.
Yeah, because then it's just like one giant Switch game case.
Yeah,
on
like
here,
it's well, it's just so easy to like get it bent up and stuff. If
Yeah.
you're like, I'll probably actually just leave this elsewhere because I don't want it wrapped around this all the time. So let's just carefully open these
Yeah.
boxes.
I don't even remember what comes with this. I know of like one or two things.
Yeah, I definitely remember most of the items, but it'll be neat to see. Oh my goodness. You guys don't even want to know.
We shouldn't tell them then.
Yeah.
Alright guys, we're gonna end the video here.
Well, anyway, thanks for checking this out, you guys. Definitely appreciate the support.
Catch us on our next unboxing when we don't
Yeah,
show you anything.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so they're of course just like standard physical.
Oh!
Yeah,
Sorry.
no doubt. Isn't that not amazing?
Yeah.
So we'll open this in a second, but I think Autumn's gonna show you something sweet.
Just show the game case,
Yeah.
same thing. So yeah, one thing I'm gonna show, I don't even know what this is. Oh, okay, yes, I do know what this is, I lied. Alright, so this is the cover. It's actually way bigger than
Yeah, so here's a comparison. The
side
Switch.
by side. This is, yeah, the game case, and this is the track list of all the songs that they play in the game. I knew it was coming with this, and I'm excited. The only thing I don't understand is why they put it in like a CD format. Because no one uses CD players anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess unless use it in your car or whatever.
Yeah, but I'd rather have a CD than just like, ooh, here's a code for getting the free files on the
download,
computer.
yeah.
Like, I don't want that either.
I want a vinyl.
Yeah, I would go for a vinyl. What I do love about this soundtrack is that
No, I love all of it, honestly.
the
though.
fact that like this, like how often you get an OST in this kind of case? Like this is,
It comes with its own like.
and the blue
covers.
covers, like just so gorgeous. Like look at that, so good. Yeah, and on the back you got all that kind of good stuff. So let's just take a quick look inside.
Yeah, is there anything else in it? I wonder. I'll probably play this in my car once I get my radio fixed, because the speakers don't work right now.
Ooh, look at that, you guys. So we got a nice booklet and the disc itself, of course.
What is in the booklet, maybe?
Let's take a look.
Take a little looky poo.
So mini guidebook.
It's all in Japanese. We won't be able to understand.
Yeah,
it.
so I'm assuming, yeah, like just like basic
Oh, to like fishing and
information.
stuff like that. Okay.
So it's like just whatever it's gonna be saying. That, by the way, that's like a close up of the cover. So gorgeous artwork. Man, this is like such a great item to add to the collection. Yeah, just like other information, like little images and stuff like that. Like just, it kind of strikes me as the game manual, to be honest, and that's
Yeah.
probably what it is. Odd that it, if that is the case though, it's odd that it
But it's in that.
in with the soundtrack and not.
There might be one in there too, though.
Yeah,
Who
it's
knows?
possible.
It's Japanese. We can't understand it.
Well, I can discern some, but it's been years
Yeah.
since I was actually using that language.
Learning, yeah.
Yeah.
And another thing that is within this collector's edition is the poster of the full map of Pelican, or not Pelican, is it Pelican Town?
Yep.
And more? But
So,
yeah, that's
yeah.
it.
That
map
is
of Stardew
awesome.
Valley.
The paper feels
It's kind of nice, but
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
really different.
regular poster paper.
no, it's
It's more like paper.
it's yeah, it's very strange. So you got the desert in the corner.
I haven't been there yet.
Oh man, it is sweet.
I've never been on the train either. Unless that's what takes you to the desert.
No, that's the bus.
Oh.
I'm not sure if there is a
Bus I
way
haven't
to
been on
ever
either.
do anything with the train, but
Oh yeah, the train is just where you gotta catch it one day. If you can.
so well.
It's it's so interesting to see this because, like, is this even anything the same as the game?
That's
I guess it is, yeah.
they could have done a lot more with that.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
That is,
But at least like the manual's not in there.
yeah, that's a little on the brutal side. But
But in
that's
terms
okay.
of everything else we're getting,
Yeah, like I'm actually really impressed. I love the
Me too.
OST case. I think that's one of the coolest things about this is just this massive case, man. And then the map, yeah, that's so cool.
yeah.
So yeah,
Thoughts on the overall collection?
I think it's
Box
yeah,
and
like
price wise.
yeah, price wise, like I don't have any complaints.
You get the full game. You get a poster, the soundtrack.
Manual. Like no complaints whatsoever. I think the case is gorgeous, just like with the wood look. I think that is just such a nice touch. Yeah, like I'm just really pleased with everything they've done here. I think yeah, like when I think about like an English version, just going back to the whole like that not being out yet, or at least not for Switch, because I know there is a physical special edition for like some other system. I forget which one, but
Just not Switch.
yeah, I'm sure like so many people have been dying for an English version as well, but at the same time, like it doesn't really matter. But I'm just really, really pleased with this and thankful that it's finally here, because yeah, we were waiting months and months for this.
And I don't have the digital download or anything, so
Mhm.
it's like I haven't even been playing the game since I got
Your own Switch.
my own Switch,
Yeah.
which was a while ago.
Mhm.
Because I would play on yours.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think I just got tired of not being able to have my own to play it on.
Yeah. Plus, this way you can start a fresh farm if
Yeah.
you want to and do things differently, which is, yeah, exciting.
Yeah, and what I like about this game is it's one where you can even just play before bed and just, take a bit of time, half an hour, 4 hours, 10 hours before bed and just play it.
Yeah, exactly. Especially 10 hours before bed. Yeah, and it's amazing because when was it? It was GT. Some of you will know my close friend GT, Dominator. He's actually the one who got this on Switch first, and I had no idea anything about this game before that. And the one night when we were doing our Switch night, just hanging out and showcasing games where we connect, we hang out, and we say like, oh, this is what I've been playing, these are my new games, and then we take turns going back and forth. He showed me Stardew Valley, and I was just like blown away. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Like I can just design my own farm and just explore this little settlement and all this stuff and like connect with people, and like there are certain things like the Wizard's Tower and all this kind of stuff, like all these intriguing things, and it was just so cool. So I got it not too long after that, and I was hooked immediately. Like it started, like I would do like a day here or a day there in the game, and then before long I was like, oh, just like one more day of chores because like these things are happening, and it just got so exciting to the point where it was like 5 or 8 hours a day of Stardew. I had the winter off, so that like made it easy for just pumping hours into Stardew. But yeah, it was just so fantastic.
Yeah, and you've never had, well actually I guess you played Harvest Moon, so you had some kind of insight to what kind of game this was prior to. Mm-hmm. For me it was Animal Crossing, that's another one it's like very closely related to. And so yeah, that was easy for me to understand the premise of the game. Yeah. And after playing it, I realized how more intricate it is and how much more you can do and how many more objectives there are to do and just things to obtain and stuff. So yeah, it was just a lot more. It's like a more rounded version of Animal Crossing, essentially.
Yeah, and for me, like I grew up with Harvest Moons 1 and 2 for Game Boy, and I'm not sure if the first one was just Game Boy Game Boy Color. I know one of them was like Game Boy Color, maybe both, but either way, those were like very, like at the time they were like cool and I was really into them, but like thinking back, like that you really can barely do anything in those games compared to what you do and what you can do in Stardew. And obviously, for those who know a bit of the story about Stardew, Eric Baroni was very inspired by the idea of Harvest Moon, but felt the same way. Like you can't do much, so he wanted to do something that was just so much more elaborate, so much more rich, and it's just an amazing game.
Yeah, because in Animal Crossing, the only things you can really do is search for things on the beach, do quests for friends. I think they have town events, and taking things to the museum as well as upgrading your home.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's pretty much the gist of Animal Crossing. But in Stardew, you can create different like foods, different concoctions. There's like just so many different other things. And then they have like this like creepy element to it where you've got these like little sprites that come around and you wonder why this wizard is here, and then you wonder why like just all these things are happening. And they also have the caves, which is like you can go in different like levels, which I don't think Animal Crossing had that, so there's a lot more to it for sure.
Yeah, there are two things I want to mention. First off, when I first got into Stardew, I was checking out some like YouTube vids and stuff just to see what other people were saying about the game, and it was amazing how many people felt the game was stressful. And for me, it's never been stressful.
I've never had a stressful moment.
So many people were saying like, oh, like the pressure of like making deadlines, and I'm thinking like that's all on you. Like when I play, it's like I just go at such a casual pace, and I have a blast with the game. And the other thing I want to mention is like just the flow, and like for instance the weather, like on. Like it was such a joy, like such a joy, like going about like your forest foraging, or sometimes like you would have ideas as to what you would want to do on a certain day, but then you wake up and it's like pouring rain out, and you're like, oh, I'm not gonna do that, but it's a rain day. It's time to like delve into the mines and go deeper and deeper, and just like, and the whole thing of like making it back to your bed by 2 a.m. or whatever. Just like sometimes I'd be like going so crazy down in the mines, and then before I know it, it's like, oh, like I gotta make it back to my cabin before this time. So you're just racing to like beat the clock, and everything else from like fishing. Like sometimes I would invest whole summer days just fishing all day, and like just listening to the waves, just catching fish, like strolling about other places, just so many little secrets to uncover. And like I played a ton of hours of that game, and I still like there are just still so many things that I barely even know about. So yeah, it's exciting. It's such an incredible indie, and I'm so glad that this is finally here.
Yeah, even so long after originally getting it or originally playing it, it's very much a treasure to have. And I only buy physicals of things that I really enjoy, so I won't get something if it's like, oh, like this is cool. Like typically I don't. So having Stardew is really nice. It's one of those staple ones that I think everyone should have in their collection.
Yeah, exactly. If you're not opposed to this type of game and you haven't checked this game out, it is a must. Absolutely a must. It is just, there are so many things to do. And like another example is like during the evenings just going to the pub and hanging out there, hearing the tunes, getting on the arcade machines or whatever.
The mini games within the game.
Yeah, like just all these different things, all these unique people to meet and talk to. And there's the museum where you can take your artifacts that you find and just fill that whole space up. And
having children, like you don't do that in games like Harvest Moon or Animal Crossing, so.
Not the ones I've played anyway.
Can you have kids in those games?
Not in the ones I've played.
Yeah. Well,
I'm pretty sure they probably added something
later on
like that in the later versions, but who knows.
But yeah, this one, I enjoy that kind of aspect of like having a relationship with a character and then like building on it and then
Yeah.
it just going into so many other different like avenues.
Yeah, for sure. Like, yeah, just when you start, when you know the potential is there for relationships, and then it's like, oh, you start eyeing like this town
Certain
member or
characters,
like
yeah.
whatever, and like before I knew it, I was all over Emily, just like going to town on that. So yeah, that was really neat. And just the fact that like upgrading your home to a bigger and bigger size and getting like a fruit cellar and just being able to like use more and more of this space or setting up sheds, just building crops, setting up crops wherever you want, growing what you want, and then establishing the greenhouse, getting that up and running, and just it
I don't
is
have the greenhouse yet. I
it's so
literally
good.
did not get like super far.
Oh, it's so good.
Or the excuse me, the element with the grandfather
Yeah.
and then these things that like visit you in the night.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, and when it's great because like when I was watching GT play it, he would like his character would go to sleep at night, and then you would just hear this noise that sounded like a bear making a noise in the night, and you're just like, what is this? Like, is it supposed to mean something, or is it just for hearing it and like nothing comes from it?
Yeah.
Sometimes you would have like a scene of like a witch flying by and doing whatever she does.
Isn't there a fairy too or
I'm
something?
pretty sure.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't recall. It's been
For the
quite a
crops,
while
yeah.
since I've played, but and even just sometimes seeing like whether you choose your cat or dog, just seeing where they roam around to and like how they laze around in the day, or just like when like every season has different and such exquisite music, and like sometimes winter strolls just
They
through
are
the town to do nothing but stroll around, walking between the buildings, seeing what people are up to, going to the store, checking the calendar for quests or like any of that stuff. Like there was never a dull moment in Stardew Valley, and yeah, it just blows my mind how good this game is and how it just keeps you engaged, and it is just so laid back. It is perfectly laid back. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm super impressed and I'm glad to have it.
Yeah, same here. So yeah, perhaps that's where we will end things for now, because I feel like we've had a nice little chat about Stardew Valley a little bit anyway. Yeah, overall, love this version. And yeah, we'll leave it off there, you guys. Thanks so much for checking this out and joining us for the unboxing and the contents sharing. It's yeah, it's cool
It's been
stuff.
a lot of fun. Great to check out.
Yeah, definitely.
And on that note, I guess
We'll see you
We'll
next
end it
time.
there.
Definitely let us know what you think in the comments below, as we always enjoy that kind of stuff. But yeah.
yeah, it was nice seeing you guys again, and I hope you have a great evening or day wherever it is you are.
See ya.